Soul. I ain't someone you bring to mama's house. Do you believe? Do you believe when I say time is a thief and love is so brief and all you will ever see?
Saw the last video where I discussed the differences, both practicality and legalities, in flatbed and regular pickup beds. Now what I'm going to discuss in this video is the difference between my old 5500 with a complete factory skirted toolbox bed and my new 5500, which I ordered with obviously truck's cab chassis, but I picked up this flatbed locally, not skirted, and I built the boxes down there so that I could have a lot more function and a lot more room. We're going to go into the ideas behind both these trucks. Firstly, I want to state that a lot of guys, they own a business and whatnot, they'll have a dedicated tow rig, have a semi truck, or just have one of these, it's just a regular cab, possibly not even have a box on it or nothing, just so they could do some towing. A lot of dudes bumper pull. I try, in the trailers that need it, go with the gooseneck because it just is better. Just all around, it's a lot safer and it feels a lot more, you know, calm inside the cab, and your truck's not doing a wheelie if you're really loaded down on the trailer hitch. But my idea is this, is I want a truck that hits every note as far as still maintain a low weight overall, because with this actual trailer or my other Texas Pride trailer, I got to kind of watch my weight because I don't have, you know, some of the ratings aren't quite where they need to be, so I don't want the truck to be exceptionally heavy. So that's when it comes down to this bed. Show you the ideas behind it after I show you the old one. Now this truck here, bone dry without anything on it, weighed 10,500 pounds. And that was before I did the Alcoa, so you might have saved a couple there. But I'm running a bigger fuel tank. Got all these boxes down here, which technically are very, very helpful. And, well, then they're not. Because as nice as this bed is actually made and held together pretty well, except for the headache rack likes to vibrate loose because it doesn't have enough foundation. But you look at this box right here. I guess this is my collect all. Somebody gave me these things. Comment below if you know what those are. I definitely do. And or that. Double guess. But you see that it doesn't have too much storage space for any of the bigger items. Definitely could not put a chainsaw in there because it's only 20, 24 inches wide. And maybe 9, 10 inch tall opening. Same thing with this box back here. It gets even smaller. It's my grease and trash receptacle. And apparently I didn't like that hitch because I threw it in there as well. But it's got all this space that could be used. The box stops there. You still got 2 inches there. It's 2 inches there. This one up here is really the standout. We got room, but we're not going to use it. Where's the end of the box? Right there before the crease. So there's 12 inches of room that they didn't even incorporate the toolbox into. So that all that extra storage space is just kind of dead space for putting anything good down there. Because, you know, sticky fingers, you go into the Quick Mart after work or something, grab yourself a cold snack, and you want to have your chainsaws or whatever you got secured. So having them in a toolbox, you can't see them, out of sight, out of mind. And I can't fit chainsaw, leaf blower, or nothing that I typically have on a daily route down in those. So this is a lightweight box, but it takes up bed space. Got the grease gun, extra fuels, oils, stuff like that in there. So now we got extra stuff they didn't really need. And so got 2 jugs of DEF in there. That's all I can fit in there, 2 jugs of DEF. Out in the field, I think I'm going to end up trying to find a little tank just so I can have like a 20-gallon worth of DEF. Maybe not that much. 10 gallons? At that point, might as well just keep bringing the jugs out. Maybe just refill those. Because out in the woods, it's, you know, you can't take the machine to the pump. You got to bring the pump to the machine for the DEF. Same thing with fuel. So that's where we came into those complications with that. And if I upgraded to a bigger trailer to get that capacity back that, you know, they're definitely starting to need. This one's got a ball that's bolted in, and it's got the trap door, so it's hidden, which is nice, but that'd be difficult to swap that back and forth. So when I ordered this new truck, I had the B&W turnover ball in mind, because realistically, that's where your rating lies, is on the ball. Like everything else underneath here, I've reinforced it. She's tough, and you can always add more steel, but it comes down to your one weak link is that ball. So you can get a 3-inch B&W ball, upgrade that, and the 40K trailer, which I'll give you guys some info right now. Talk to Jacob, Diamond C. Build date for the new trailer is November. So I got to stop buying all kinds of knickknacks so I can save up for that little guy. But it'll be pretty slick, and we'll have plenty of tire rating, trailer rating, and everything. So let's get back to what we're talking about. See, these toolboxes, saved a bundle on these, and I'll go ahead and talk prices on this bed and hint at this one just a little bit, because in 2016 when I bought this truck, the dealer in Texas said they just put this bed on it, and I was really trying to bring them down on the price because they wanted a good chunk for this low mile, one owner, 43,000 mile 6-speed truck. They just put this brand new bed on it, and they said they paid $4,400 for the bed. And at the time, that was a big percentage of the price of the truck, realistically. And I thought $4,400, that was very expensive for a flatbed. But I was like, you know what? It's got the 30K ball. It's got the toolboxes. It's going to be sweet. It'll be worth it. Fast forward to 2022, when I ordered this new truck, the dealer had this bed down on the lot, so I went and snatched it up before they ran out of inventory, and I didn't know when they'd get another one. So this bed sat here for 2 months before I got the truck. I paid more for this bed without the skirt option down there than this bed cost 6 years prior, and it was just a plain chain bed up there. The B&W does add a little bit to the price tag, but very much worth it. Got the nice hitch back here that I had to do a lot of custom fabrication underneath there, so I would not be worried about it, because from factory they rated for $18,000, and that's honestly, I'll be in that ballpark for the bumper pull, but I wanted a little extra comfort, and I did just that. And while I was underneath there, upgraded a lot of welds to the gooseneck ball coupler and all that stuff. But all said and done, this truck with the toolboxes on it, I scaled each one of the boxes. They're around 100 pounds a piece, which not terribly heavy. Or no, 100, they're 50 or 60, 60, 40, and 40. So we got 200 pounds worth of boxes. Excuse me, 100 pound a side, basically. So we keep in our, God damn, fly. There's a fly out here. So we're keeping our payload higher because our weight of the truck is lower. And funny thing enough is this truck empty with the boxes on it weighs right about the same that other truck does. And that one's had some stuff fall off of it, which would save quite a bit of weight. So right around 10.5, 11,000 pounds. I forget the exact number. But check this out. All that extra box and everything down there, I used up every bit of space that I could. Goes all the way to the end. I could have done an angle there, but that would look dorky. And then come into over here, went all the way up so I can have the same spacing, because I want plenty of play for tire movement. I don't think tire goes that way, but up and down, I didn't want it to get weird. So 3-inch there, 3-inch on the front. And check this out. This is, I would consider this the main toolbox. Normally I keep chainsaw, leaf blower, and the grease gun in it, but I've run running out of the other truck. This thing does not fit anywhere. I could take the snout off, but I don't even think the snout would fit in one of those other boxes unless it was at a wonky angle. But I went ahead and cut so that it matches the tire back there, if you saw the video, so it's angled. Took that piece and put it up here so it's angled, so I got even more room across diagonally. So this thing actually won't fit in there if you go this way. Oh, it will. No, it's the chainsaw, I believe, that goes the other way. With all the stuff in there, I can actually utilize all the available space underneath the bed, and it's not super heavy. See how watertight these things play out? I got weather stripping and stuff on the top clogging up the holes that bolted up. But even those ones over there, in some rainy conditions, I have seen water in those fancy boxes. But then, let's see, what do I got in this one? I think this one's empty. I've got nothing in that one. This one back here got my tools in it. So mini service truck. And then I got all my fuels, oils, DEF up here. Keep the grease all up there. And look at this. I got a 2.5 gallon oil, 2.5 gallon of DEF. If I put those, I could stand those up vertically in there. I could probably fit, oh, if this one's up out of the way, the trash bin. Look how many jugs of DEF I could fit in there. That is all the same amount of usable space. They're both 60 cab to axle, both trucks. And look how much more space that I got on there. Oh, I forgot one cool thing about this truck that the other one does not maintain. This one, the fuel cap, I can still use the big rig nozzle on full blast to fill this. And if you know anything about the cab chassis trucks, the fuel tank is in the rear where the spare tire would normally go, and it's a 55 gallon tank. So trying to fill that from quarter tank up on the regular nozzle, she takes a minute. Same thing with the transfer tanks. 75 gallons takes a while. So if you can ever use the bigger pump, the higher volume, higher pressure, everything, and keep it on level 3, so much nicer. That truck, despite all my trial and error, still only level 1 upside down handle on the big rig pump. So that brings me to my original point, aiming to have a truck that can hit on every subject. It could be a tool truck, it could be a fuel truck, it could be the tow rig. And this one, with the gearing and everything that's in the new one, Highway King. I took this thing on about an hour and something drive one way after work. I would really not want to do that with the old truck because the gearing is so low, which is nice for towing, but it leaves nothing on the highway. I mean, you're full tacked out, you got nothing. And this one's right in the comfort zone, and it does great towing still. It's got plenty of low end grunt. Next thing on the list with this, because I know overall, we still got a lot of room we can grow. As it sits, I can put 4 tons in the bed of this thing, which is a pretty good amount of payload for what the truck, 19.5 truck that weighs 11,000 pounds. We got room to grow with adding stuff in here. And that number is mainly one of the big reasons with the going with 5,500 versus 35 is because it's got so much room to grow. Need to upgrade the fuel tank and possibly add a little DEF tank. We'll see if that comes into play because the new PrimeTech runs DEF, the 12 runs DEF, but doesn't use that much. This truck drinks the DEF a lot more than 4Gen. I was talking to Cornell, he's got a couple 18 5500s also, and he just bought 2 5500s to replace his old trucks, and he says those new ones, I thought I was kind of like, man, maybe just because I'm towing so much, but the new ones definitely drink a lot more DEF. But I'll say this much, the 4th gen trucks, if you were to park one of those things near your front door, fire it up in the morning and go out there, it would almost knock you on your face because the emission smell was just so terrible. And I'm not trying to say these emissions are the way to go. There's a lot of resources goes into one of these trucks, just emissions alone, so they could be compliant. But I'll tell you what, this thing does not stink at all. I mean, it smells clean when it's like low idling, high idling. You look at the exhaust pipe, look at this here. Nothing. It's just unbelievable how clean this thing actually runs. And it's getting better fuel mileage than this truck that doesn't have emissions on it. I mean, better than this truck that doesn't have. Anyway, so end of the day, I'm just completely thrilled of how these toolboxes turned out because it's checking all the boxes. This whole truck overall, I can't believe how well it came into play. And to think back on before I had it, it just didn't seem like I really needed it, but California is saying I can't register this one here anymore. So it's like, well, it's a good chance for the upgrade. Tax write-off is a big thing, and I'm going to enjoy driving it. I sit in the truck quite a bit, haul a lot of equipment. It'd be nice to have something that's comfortable, and not saying the other one's not dependable, but just, it's there day in, day out and just doing its job. And so I'm very happy about the upgrade, and I'm very happy I planned ahead and it's got room to grow. So look forward to the new trailer at the end of beginning of this next year. But we'll see you guys on the next one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Comment any thoughts you have on these toolboxes and everything. All things considered, you got more storage room and they're considerably lighter. And this thing driving down the road, I think it looks just as sharp, if not sharper, than the other one with the complete custom beds and everything on it, and with the boxes and all that. Shoot, buddy. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you like this video, that'd mean a lot. Share it, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Later.